Welcome back to Mac Talks Football, and it's match day 21 in La Liga. I mean, what the situation is in La Liga at the moment? It is so bizarre. Every single team is in the race for something. It could not be more tighter than this. The top four, just 7 point difference between the top four. Real Madrid at the top with 46, Atleti at 44, and then you have Barcelona and Athletic Club at 39 points. So at the moment, any one of those could win the title. Then you go back from fifth with Villarreal up until to 13th in Celta Vigo. There's 9 points between all those teams fighting out for those European places, want to get into Europe, and I think that is a fascinating contest. Then you go back from 14 till 20, just 7 points again between 14th place. I think it's Las Palmas to 20th place for those relegation places, just 5 points different, 7 points difference yet again. So every single game, every single point matters at the moment in La Liga, and it is gonna matter this weekend as well. So let's go ahead and make our predictions. First game, it is Las Palmas versus Osasuna. It is 16th. It is 14th versus it's in the table. Las Palmas, they have won twice in their last 5 games. They've lost at their last 2 games consecutively. So their form is not that good, if I'm being very honest with you. But they are playing against an Osasuna side who are winless in their last 5 games, 3 draws and 2 defeats as well. So both these teams are coming into this game with not that much of confidence, with not that much of a good form. And Las Palmas being at home, I think that gives them a bit of an advantage. They are going to play that underdog card as well. I think it's not going to be a good watch, if I'm being very honest with you. I think it's going to be a boring game of football. I don't think we're going to go expect that many goals. I will be lucky if there's are goals in this game, to be very honest with you. And that is why I'm going with this prediction. I don't think we're going to get a winner out of these two as well. I'm going for a 0-0 draw between Las Palmas and Osasuna. Starting the Saturday fixtures, it is Mallorca versus Real Betis. It is 6th versus 12th. Again, Mallorca just 2 wins out of the last 5 games. Their form has sort of deteriorated. That is why the point gaps has emerged between them and the teams above them, playing against a Real Betis side who unfortunately are all over the place. Just 1 win in their last 5 games, and they have lost their last 2 games consecutively as well. Again, both these teams are coming into this game with not that much of a good form, if I'm being very honest with you. And again, I don't think either of them are going to win it. But unlike the Las Palmas and Osasuna game, I am expecting a lot of goals in this game. Both these teams like to go ahead and like to play attacking football, and I think we are going to get that in this game as well. I'm going for a 2-all draw between Mallorca and Real Betis. And it's a big game. It is Atletico Madrid versus Villarreal. It is 2nd versus 5th. Atletico Madrid, they lost after almost like 2.5 months last weekend, and it was a surprise shock defeat against Leganes. So they would really want to fight back from that. They had an amazing comeback win against Leverkusen in midweek in the Champions League, so they would have that confidence coming into this game as well. Villarreal, on the other hand, 2 wins in their last 5 games as well. They are quite so inconsistent at the moment, and I think it is sort of a perfect opportunity for Atletico Madrid to make a comeback in this game. I'm expecting a lot of goals in this game, but just because of the way that Villarreal have played and the way that Atletico Madrid are playing, I think Atleti are going to nick it in the end. I'm going for a 2-1 win for Atletico Madrid. Then it's Sevilla versus Espanyol. It is 11th versus 18th. Now Sevilla, they have won twice in their last 5 games, but again there's inconsistency for Sevilla. They are playing against an Espanyol side who are 18 at the moment, but they've just lost once in their last 5 games, 3 draws and a win last weekend as well. Sevilla won last weekend as well. So both these teams are coming into this game, even though they are inconsistent, but both of them have won last weekend. So I think they both of them are going to have some sort of confidence in them. I think it's going to be quite an interesting game, if I'm being very honest with you. I think there are going to be goals in this game, but I just don't see a winner, to be very honest with you. I'm going for a 1-all draw between Sevilla and Espanyol. Up next is Valladolid versus Real Madrid. It is 20th versus a first. Valladolid, if I'm being very honest with you, they are having an amazing run. It's like the last 5 games have been loss, win, loss, win, loss. So if you go by that pattern, they should win their next game. Playing against Real Madrid at the top of the table, they recently got in at the top of the table. They have won out 4 of their last 5 games. They're in an amazing form. They won over the weekend in midweek in the Champions League as well. So they are coming in this game with a lot of confidence, brimming with pride. Everything is working for them, and I just don't see any other result apart from a Real Madrid. It's going to be a tough game. Valladolid are a hard team to break down when at home, but I just think that Madrid, with the way that they are playing, they are going to do it quite easily. I'm going for a 3-1 win for Real Madrid. Moving on, it is Rayo Vallecano versus Girona. It is ninth versus 8th. Now, Rayo, they are undefeated in their last 5 games, but 4 of them have been draws. That is why they have, slipped down down the table. They are ninth. They are still fighting for those European places. But they've lost so many points because of that. Playing against a Girona side who have, they have lost 3 out of their last 5 games. The other 2 have been wins. So you really don't know which Girona is gonna come up. They could be. I keep on saying about this about Girona, like they could be either spectacular or they could be disastrous. You don't know which Girona is going to turn up. I think it's going to be quite an interesting game, to be very honest with you. I think there are going to be goals in this game, but I just don't see a winner. I think both of them are going to be too scared to really go at it each other, and I think that is that they are both going to hold off for some reason, but because both of them are scared to lose this game. I'm going for a 1-1 draw between Rayo Vallecano and Girona. Up next, it's Real Sociedad versus Getafe. It is 7th versus 16th. Now, Real Sociedad have till now have had quite an unbelievable sort of a season. They started tremendously poor, then had an amazing run, and they had make a comeback. Now they are in those fighting for those European places. But their run, their form has been quite inconsistent. 2 defeats, 2 wins, and a draw in their last 5 games. Playing against a Getafe side, who themselves, their last 5 games have been 2 defeats, 2 victories, and a draw. So both these teams have had sort of similar results in their last 5 games. Getafe away from home, I think it's going to be it's not going to be an easy win game for Getafe. They are one of the most hardest sides to break. I have said this before, and I continue to say that. They showed that their resilience against Barcelona last weekend as well, where they made sure that Barcelona don't score that second goal. They were really good, I think. But away from home, they're still that strong, but it takes a little bit of edge goes out from them, and I think that is really going to help Real Sociedad. Being a home side, they know how important this victory is. They really need to start winning games if they want to get back into those European places. I think they are going to get the win here as well. I'm going for a very hard fought 2-1 win for Real Sociedad. Then it's Athletic Club versus Leganes. It is 4th versus 15th. Now Athletic Club are having an amazing run at the moment, undefeated in their last 5-6 games. The last 5 games, 4 wins and a draw. They are on same number of points as Barcelona, so there's a big chance that they could overtake Barcelona and go into the 3rd position at the end of the weekend. They are playing against a Leganes side who had quite a big win last weekend against Atletico Madrid, so they are going to come into this game with a lot of confidence as well. But I think Athletic Club being at home, I think that gives them a lot of advantage as well, and I think they are going to get the job done in this game as well. But it's not going to be easy. I think it's a very, very hard fought game, and that is why I'm going for a 1-0 win for Athletic Club Bilbao. Moving on, it is Barcelona versus Valencia. It is 3rd versus 19th. Now, Barcelona have been all over the place in the league. I just don't know what has happened to them. They are disastrous in the league, to be very honest with you. That is why from having a 7-8 point lead from the Madrid clubs, now they are right, at 3rd position with like 7 points behind Real Madrid and 5 points behind Atletico Madrid. So it has gone terribly wrong for Barcelona. They are playing against a Valencia side who are really struggling themselves, 19th in the table. They're just trying to get some points to get out of those relegation places, but I don't think it is going to happen in this game. Barcelona, they really need to get a victory here to stay into the touching distance for the with the both the Athletic Club, both the Madrid clubs, sorry, and I think they are going to win it, and I think they are going to win it comfortably as well. I'm going for a 3-0 win for Barcelona. And the final game of the weekend is Alaves versus Celta Vigo. It is 17th versus 14th. Now Alaves have sort of had a good run, just 1 defeat in their last 5 games. So they are making sure that they don't lose the game, even though the 3 of them have been draws. They are playing against a Celta Vigo side who are one of my favorite teams to watch in the La Liga, because every time they play, the game is excited. Whether they win, they lose, it doesn't matter. The game is a really good game of football, and I like teams like that. I think the difference between both of these teams is just 4 points. So if Alaves win this game, they can really drag Celta Vigo down to that relegation stripe. But if Celta win, they can increase that gap and get into the fight of those European places yet again. And I think Celta are going to do it, even though Alaves have been playing good football. I think Celta Vigo, with the way that play, the confidence that they have, I don't think Alaves are going to be able to stop them. I think it's going to be quite a fun game, quite a game filled with goals. But I think in the end, Celta Vigo are going to win it. I'm going for a 3-2 win for Celta Vigo. And with that, my predictions are completed. Quite a lot of exciting games this weekend in La Liga, so I'm quite excited to watch all of them. Let me know what you guys thought of my predictions in the comment section below. Make your predictions as well. We will see how many of them are correct and how many of them are wrong at the end of the weekend as well. Like the video, share it as well, click on the notification bell, and of course subscribe to the channel. We are trying to get to 500 subscribers before the end of February, so please go ahead and subscribe and help the channel out. Until next time, bye bye.